Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome. This is the week one post-game press. I am your host, backed up on the platform of the Buffalo Fanatics. That's the hottest brand right out. It's the hottest brand out. And right now, you are tuned in to the Rico Report. Yes, sir. The game is over. It's in the books. The Bils finish with the dub. Now, folks, there's so much to unpack with this game, man. There's so much to unpack with this game. Folks are saying, yo, I'm disappointed. Some people are saying, yo, I'm super happy. And there are those that are in the middle. Now, for me, I'm on the happy side, right? I'm on the happy side because we put a message out, because that's what I think we've all been trying to ask for. That's what we've wanted. We wanted for a message to be put out. A message to be put out. And I think we put the message out. Now, where there's some things that we need to clean up and work on, absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, there's 273 people watching right now. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Let me tell you something, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys tuned in. It's going to be a live show, lots to unpack. If you guys have questions, concerns, you guys want to voice your opinion, y'all know what to do. Join the Bing Squad, because you guys get the priority. You want to get my attention? Super chat it. There's going to be a lot of people chiming in. So let's get this out of the way. How did it feel to now officially have football back on your screens? If it felt good, whether you're watching from Twitter, whether you're watching from YouTube, whether you're watching from Facebook, right? You're watching from Sportscaster, show love, because it felt good to sit down and watch your squad play. And not only that, to come out with the W on top of that, salute. I feel good. I feel great. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Shout out to each and every one of you guys tuning in, man. Drunk Nugget, I see you. Ryan Sealback, Bryce Denny's here. Listen, man, we got some people that are back in it. They took a little break, and they're back to watch the Buffalo Fanatics. We got 311 people watching. Let's go. Now, am I lagging? Some people say I'm lagging. Am I lagging? Am I good? Am I clean? I'm checking up on you guys. Am I clean? Am I good? Because we can't have that. We can't have that today. We back. All right, here we go. So let's talk about it right now. Football's on TV. Let's talk about the elephant in the stands, right? The elephant in the room. No fans. Were you guys bothered by the no fans? Did it bother you? Did it affect your viewing pleasure? I'm gonna be real. With me, it did nothing. It did nothing. I felt good. I was watching the game. I was tuned in. I was focused on what product we were gonna put onto the field. I was focused on what product we were gonna put onto the field. And for what we were able to put onto the field with no fans, I think we did just fine. I think them pumping the fan sounds into the game was a nice touch. I really was looking forward to seeing if I could hear what was being said on the field. I think at the beginning of the game, you could hear a lot more. I think they made some adjustments and pumped up the volume so you couldn't quite hear. So it gave you game atmosphere vibes. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was pleased. Overall, pleased with the product that was put onto the field. Now, let's talk about what's really going on. Because in this game, I'll tell you right now, I had some moments of stress. I had some moments of frustration. I had some moments that you're like, what just happened? To the point where I started growing hair on my chest. Goosebumps and stuff. I started growing hair on my chest. You know what? And after this game, I'm going to make sure I take care of myself by manscaping. Yes, that's right. I'm going to go after this, clean myself up real good so I can feel smooth and ready to go. And by the way, if you haven't got your kit yet, It's not too late. You get free shipping. Just put in the code Fanatics and you're good to go. Telling your boy Rico sent you. Now back to our regular scheduled program. Josh Mother effing Allen, 300 yards, 300 bars is what I like to look at it, because my man came out firing. Now, do I like the fact that he had over 40 attempts? Oh, it makes me feel kind of different. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Is this the norm? Is this the new wave, right? Shout out to my goddamn Brown. Diggs needs to soak in the ice bath. He took some shots today, but he's a mother effing beast. He's gonna get right. You damn right he will. Shout out to my goddamn Brown. Surge. It wasn't flawless, but it was a dominating performance for a tune-up game. I like it. Brian Bowers, Rico, you already know from Twitter I was losing my ish with Dable and Allen. Let me pull my man's statement up. You already know I was losing my ish from Twitter. I was losing my ish with Dable and Allen. We should have won by much bigger margin. The better cleanup before we play real teams. 1,000%. There's no lies being told there. Now let's go over something here, folks. Let's go over something, because I want to look at the stat lines today. So the stat lines look like this: 33 for 46. When's the last time we had a quarterback that was that could throw over 300 yards and was this efficient? 33 for 46, 312, almost 7 yards a pass. Took 3 sacks. We could talk about that. With 104.6 QB rating. 71% completion percentage. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to Josh Allen. He wanted to get that monkey off his back. Like Steve Young, can somebody help me get this monkey off my... He got the monkey off his back. It's over with. And it seems like, though, that was the game plan. It felt that way. Because going, 46 attempts. That was the type of game that he gave us in the Houston game. So maybe they wanted to build off of that. Because we thought that's an anomaly. It doesn't normally happen. That's not what Allen's game is, to have that many attempts. It doesn't work. But maybe they're like, wait a second now. It does work. He has the capability of throwing that many times. We just need to give him his weapons. And weapons they did. They got him a number 1 bona fide receiver, and it was evident today. 8 receptions for 86 yards. No touchdowns, though. He tried to force one in on the end zone, and shame on Allen. He even had a smirk on his face. He's like, yeah, my bad. I tried it. You almost got picked off, my guy. But you tried it. And you got to give him credit for that. By the way, there's 392 people watching this thing. Do me a favor. Smash that like real good. Real good. Lean into that smash button. You on Twitter, tap, TBD, tap that stuff. Tap that screen. You on Facebook, like it and share it. And if you're on YouTube, salute to you guys. There's 400 people. Share it everywhere you can. Let's go. So hear me out. Stephon Diggs, 8 receptions, 86 yards, 10 yards a catch, no touchdowns, 9 targets. Let me tell you something. Real quick, okay? If y'all watched my show on Friday, I said, listen, man, if we want to have great success, we're going to have to target our number 1 receiver. How many times? I said between, let me look at my stuff. Because I made sure that I wanted to share this with y'all. Where my stuff at? Come on, man. Come on, Rico. Where you at, man? I wanted 10 to 12 targets for Stephon Diggs. 10 to 12 targets. And I said he'd finish with 7 receptions, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. 8 receptions, 86 yards, no touchdowns. But this is the type of receiver. This is the type of weapon that we needed for the longest time. We thought we had it in Sammy Watkins. We did. At one point, we did. He was that guy, but just didn't work out, couldn't stay healthy. Somebody's trying to correct me. 71%, but it's 71.9. You know what? Let's bump it up to 72%. Damn it, let's bump it up. Let's round it up. Round it up to 72%. You got to give credit to Josh Allen sticking to it. Because at one point, he looked super comfortable. He looked like that's where he's meant to be. This is what he's meant to be doing. He looked like he was in total control. And it did look like it. We were skunking these dudes. If it's Madden, yo, toss that remote. Toss that remote. Give that the controller up. You're done. You're 21 skunk. You're out of here, boy. And we were in control. But my man needs to stop with the loosey-goosey with the fumbles, man. Because that second fumble turned momentum and gave those bum-ass Jets 3 points on the board. We cannot have that. Unacceptable. Very unacceptable. Now, let's stick with Josh Allen here. So, 33 for 46. I got two laptops open right now. I apologize. 33 for 46, 312 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And an overall complete game. Here's what I'm not a fan of. Let me shout out to my guy, Scott Van Loo. Scott Van Loo says what they need to work on is Bass. They picked them over Hashka. He missed 3, maybe 3 field goals, makeable ones, that for sure. And they were all makeable field goals. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. We'll touch on Mr. Bass in just a moment. I was about to remove the B from his name, but I'm not ready to do that yet. It's too easy. It's too easy. If he gets on this trend of missing stuff, boy, we are going to have some fun with his name. Remember Vlad Dukas? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So here's the deal, folks. When you have a quarterback in the likes of Josh Allen, this feels good for a couple reasons. This feels good because let me remove that. I don't like having these things linger. When you have a quarterback that your quarterback can look at your receiving crew and say, I got you. I'm going to get you guys all your numbers. We're going to make it happen. Because let me tell you, one football around, you got to spread the love. Somewhere is going to suffer. But if we balance the game just right, I think everybody's going to eat. Everybody knows what that means. Everybody's got to eat, right? Nobody's going to starve if we do it just right. And this was a perfect game to test it out. And I'm going to tell you right now, it looked good. It felt good. And I feel like this is just the start of something that really could become special. Now let's move down the line. Let's go to the rushing department. Now the rushing department, I'm puzzled. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it a buck here. I am puzzled because when I look at the disparity between the rushing attempts, I got 14 rushing attempts for my guy Josh Allen. Far too many. That's 10 too many. But that's part of his game. So we can't hate on that. I said that to you guys. You can't eliminate what he does. That's part of his DNA as quarterback. I will run the ball. I'm 6'4", 6'5", 230 pounds. I got to secure the ball, but I feel that I'm bigger and better than any of these guys that's on the field, and y'all going to have to stop me because I got these guys running ahead. Y'all got to worry about that. I can do those things. But please, Mr. Allen, hold on to the football, man. Hold on to the football because now the jig is up. They know. Oh, you want to run? That's cool. Yo, go for his arms. Hit his arms real good. Until he knows to secure the ball, that's what teams are going to be starting to do. So was this part of the game plan to kind of okey doke people and, make it seem like this is what we're going to be doing? Maybe we'll change up the game plan next week, but I didn't like seeing these turnovers from Allen. 23 odd football fumbles? 23 odd fumbles. It's far too many, man. That's far too many. I can't have that. But looking at the rushing, 14 rushes for Allen, 9 rushes for Singletary, 9 rushes for Zach Moss, right? 30 yards rushing for Singletary, 11 for Moss. Now, I will say this, though. I saw Moss on the field quite a few times. And what I did like is that I saw both of them on the field at the same time. I loved it. Split backs, 2 backs in the field, and you got Allen right in the middle. I like it. I like it a lot. But I was hoping that I would see a little bit more Singletary in this game because with him, if any other running back, the more touches they get, the more comfortable they get with the type of defense they're getting, the type of splits that he can see. But they couldn't get in the rhythm. There was not much of a rhythm for these running backs. And a lot of athletes, man, more touches, more rhythm, more success. Sound like Drake. More life. You get more success. Shout out to my guy, Joshua Thornton. In the beginning, I thought we were going to be up 40. Great start, but we should have won by more. I totally agree. I think you're saying we are rusty. We'll be rusty until week 3 or 4. Great game by Allen. Allen had a solid game. Allen did have a solid game. But Hold on a second. I truly believe the first kick was good. Homer goggles off. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know. When you leave it up to the refs, anybody knows that when you leave things up to the refs, it becomes problematic. Now, here's the deal, folks. The rushing, I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed. I feel like we could have imposed ourselves a little bit more on the rushing end because of the two guys that we have in the back and because of the alleged nice O-line that we have. I started off the game thinking that our O-line was nice, solid, and I think they still are. But when it came down to running the ball, there was 1.2 yards per rush, 3.3 yards per rush for the Singletary. Singletary's used to 5, right? 1.2 yards for my guy Zach Moss. I don't know about that. So now, is it because the former number 2 rushing defense is still stout in the run, and we wanted to avoid that? Like I said to you guys, man, this was going to be a chess match. This was a chess match because you know damn well that Greg Williams was waiting for it. He was waiting for these guys to go quick hit because last year, this is exactly what we do. We knew that Greg Williams' defense is an aggressive defense. And with an aggressive defense, you get him off kilter. Hit him quick. No huddle. Get to the line. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Greg Williams knew that. He's like, all right, this is what they're going to do. So what? Dable was like, all right, we just going to air it out. You think we're going to run the ball because that's what teams do. Week 1, nobody knows. Everybody's feeling teams out. So they try to run the ball and pose themselves. We were like, nah, man, we're going to stay in the air. It's the air attack. And that's what we did. A lot of 3 receiver sets, a lot of one back in the backfield. I kind of like the route of it. I was unsure at first until I started to realize what was happening. I see what was happening. So am I disappointed with how this game, the outcome of the game? Absolutely not. 27-17 final outcome, and we knew we left points on the board. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. We just got to clean things up. It's the first game. We're still trying to get game speed because we didn't have game speed, right? A lot of people say, well, we needed preseason for us to get acclimated. So this is going to be like a preseason game. I didn't see it that way. I just needed them to get the speed of the game. Once the speed of the game started to come really right in their face, I think we adjusted and I think we did all right. Billy Reynolds says, overall, Zach Moss did excellent. Zach Moss was definitely present in the pass game. Definitely present in the pass game, and that's indicative of the touchdown reception he got from Josh Allen. I did not expect him to get all that playing time. He got a lot of playing time. But you know what? Like my guy Ryan Teal says, we knocked off the cobwebs. Cobwebs are gone, and we're ready to roll. So receptions. Let's go to the receiving room. There was plenty of balls to go around, and this is where when you have a lot of receivers, you've got to feed your receivers because the more touches, the more opportunities you get, the more opportunities you get to take it to the house. Let's be real. So Stephon Diggs, 8 receptions, 86 yards with an average of 10, right? Hold on a second. My guy with a super sticker, Josh, acquaintance. I appreciate that love, my guy. I appreciate that love. Let's go. John Brown, 6 receptions, 70 yards for John Brown. Let me tell you something. John Brown led this team with 10 targets. I felt that John Brown was going to be the one that's going to be left out. It was going to be John Brown left out, and everybody else is going to eat. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, hold on a second. Let's look at the targets here. 9 targets for Stephon Diggs, 10 targets for John Brown, 7 targets for Cole Beasley, right? Next guy up, 7 targets for Devin Singletary. Okay. So they wanted to get to touches. They wanted to get the ball into your playmakers' hands, and that's exactly what we want. And a lot of times, Dable got criticized for sometimes getting too cute, sometimes getting too sweet with some of the play calls. And he had some moments today, right? Sending Josh on a bootleg to the left. Come on, man. And that's where he fumbles. And you're in the red zone. Shame on you. You don't do that. You have 2 quality running backs in the backfield, and you're going to give Josh Allen the football when you're up 21-0 and in the red zone. You got 2 capable backs. What's wrong with the little screen? Right? What's wrong with the little pitch? I didn't see any of those things. Today was really like a lot of read options. And I get it. You on an aggressive defense like that, you have to do those things. You got to get them to bite on what you think what you were going to do and hit him with a Josh Allen. But at the end of that, what ends up happening is Josh Allen's the one with the ball. And he's making good reads because a lot of times he made some great reads. That's what they gave him. He took what they gave him, but you hate to see your quarterback with the damn ball running when you got two guys in the backfield. But that was the game plan today. And if that's the game plan and it gave us success and it gave us a 27-17 win, I'll take it all day. I'll take it all day. So with actual catches today, 8 receptions for Diggs, 6 receptions for Brown, 4 receptions for Cole Beasley with 58 yards. Fantastic. Dawson Knox with 2 receptions with a clutch catch on the sideline. Well done for the first down. 5 catches for my guy Singletary. And he had nine touches. So he's around that 14, 15 mark. I'd like it between 15 and 20. But that's exactly what they did. I see what they're doing. I like it. So it was really, if you look at what's happening, it was spread out very well. If you take away just looking at the game and you start looking at the numbers, Hold on, it's like someone's showing me love, and I gotta see that. Randy Bobandy, great show, Rico. I appreciate that, man. I hope you guys are having a good time. By the way, shout out to each and everybody you guys watching. We've got quite a few people sticking around. We got 300 plus people watching on Facebook. Excuse me, on YouTube. We got another 60 plus on Facebook. Yo, man, let's keep it going. So here's the deal. When you see the way they've been spreading the ball all over, you can tell that this is going. Dable's got a tough job, man. Let me just put it that way. Dable's got a tough job because he's got quite a few people to make happy. He's got to make the bona fide big boy receiver in Stephon Diggs happy. When you get 9 to 10 targets, you got to make the most of your opportunities, right? John Brown, 10 targets, make the most of your opportunities. And it looked like that today. The best pass from Josh Allen today was that beautiful floater right down the sideline to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs he almost got his head blocked off. He caught it just in time to lower his shoulder just in time. But man, I'm gonna tell you this though. The way they're spreading the ball around, it leaves everybody happy, and there's no diva mentality. Everybody's getting their numbers and a win like this. There's gonna be tough days where you're gonna have to count on one guy to make all the plays. You got to reach and you got to count on your guy in Stephon Diggs, and that's the real. So I appreciate that a lot from Dable. He's gonna get his criticism, and the criticism that he's gonna get is, why are you running freaking Allen 14 times? Why are you freaking giving him the ball and putting your quarterback at risk? Sometimes, man, you got to call the number that works. Take what the defense is giving you. If they're giving you that, you got to take it. Now, when I look at specifically, I saw Isaiah McKenzie got 3 receptions. I saw Zach Moss with 3 receptions. Gabe Davis got on the field. Although Gabe Davis didn't give you much, but the fact that he's getting on the field early, I'm pleased by that, because there's going to come a time when it's going to be his turn. It's going to be his turn, and I have a feeling he's going to turn those opportunities into TDs and more time on the field. But right now, I am pleased. We got out of this on the offensive side unscathed. Everyone seems to have left nice and healthy, and I'll take it every time. Hold on a second here. Josh says, yo, totally screwing my comments up. You the man, Rico. No need for Allen to run that much. Can't complain with the outcome. Minimal offseason. Listen, man. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. Feeling out the defense, feeling out what they're giving you, because that's what it's about. Take what they give you. If they're going to let me do read options and they're going to leave me wide open to run it, that's what I'm going to do. He just has to control the ball and cover that thing up. That's what it comes down to. By the way, we got ourselves a new Bing Squad member. Y'all know what we do. Bing, biggity, bing. Welcome to the squad, Dave Allen. What it do? What's happening? My guy, Buffalo defendant. How about those catches from Diggs? Come on, true number one. We already knew he was a true number one. And by the way, Josh, I apologize if I messed up your question, but I get the premise. But here's the deal. Everybody loves that bing, biggity, bing. Offensively, we look good. Now, here's the deal, man. Let's move over to the defensive side of the ball. Now, defensive side of the ball, our leading tackler, Teron Johnson. I'm not mad at it. It's spread all over the place. Teron Johnson, AJ Klein. You got Jordan Poyer with 4 tackles, Matt Milano, Micah Hyde with 4. It was spread out. Everybody was getting in on that action. Overall, well done on defense, allowing 17 points. And and if you really think about it, at the end of the day, it was garbage points. And we knew that was going to happen. I was content if we just held them at 27-10. I would have been perfect. The good thing about this whole thing is we covered the spread. We covered the spread. They thought we weren't going to beat them by double digits. How could you not think we're going to beat them by double digits? I could not understand that, Vegas. Y'all took the L today. Y'all, if anybody went to Vegas and bet that the Bills were going to take a double digits, good for you. You made a little bit of money. But Vegas, put some respect on the Bills' name. What y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? So here's the deal. With this defense, we played well, but we lost some casualties today, man. And I really hope that this isn't going to hurt us. But Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds hurt. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, because we could tell that we looked a little sluggish on the defensive side of the ball when Milano was put out. When you see Milano out, then you see Edmonds out. I really hope they're minimal injuries and they're back by next week, because if that's the case, although I saw some good things by Tyrell Dotson, AJ Klein, maybe he's just knocking off the rust a little bit, but I don't know about the AJ Klein, man, from what I saw today. But let me digress. Let me take back, maybe watch the game again and take a look. But AJ Klein kind of made me say, wait a second now, because my man got beat heavy by Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell pulled up with a hammy. Had that not happened, man, that was a touchdown. So I'm not sure how I feel about the depth at linebacker with AJ Klein. But that's just one game. We can't hate for just one game, but it's something that I'm going to be paying attention to. I'm going to be paying attention to heavy. So that being said, he didn't trip, man. He pulled a hammy. Kyle Woodson said he tripped. Nah, homie. He did not trip. He pulled a hammy. When he pulled that hammy, he went down. So here's the deal. With those guys, with Milano out, I think Daniel Gorey says Milano had a hamstring and Edmonds had a shoulder injury. That's the thing. So the hammy, you already know about the hammy. Think about it. Look who's out right now with a hamstring injury. That's Josh Norman. Norman out with a hamstring injury. Now you got Milano with a shoulder. You got Edmonds out with a shoulder injury. I hope it's not the collarbone, because y'all know how that collarbone situation is, man. That's the worst. You don't want that. So I'm hoping it's just a stinger and he's back in for next week. But here's the deal, folks. Overall, a solid game. Now, several little blunders that we had, and I'm moving on to the special teams. And before, I'm not even going to go to the blunders. I'm going to still stay on the high. I am very pleased. I'm extremely pleased with the likes of Andre Roberts. How Andre Roberts got stuck on the bubble and cut and brought back. It shouldn't even have been an issue. He should have been just on the squad. It's a lock. We're not even talking about it. But the fact of the matter is this. It happened. So let me tell you this, though. Every time that man touched the ball, there was something happening. He was excellent on punt return duties today. Over 10 yards. It looked like he was doing over 10 yards of carry. Every punt return he was taking back, he averaged 13. He took back 5 punt returns and averaged 13 yards. That's fantastic. It just takes one broken tackle, and he's out of there. I'm telling you that right now, and it's going to happen. And I have a feeling he's taking back a couple this year. So shout out to Andre Roberts. Now, someone that I have to address is our kicker. My goodness. Tyler Bass missing chip shots. My God. You went 2 for 4, maybe 3 for 4. I mean, it's debatable right now because a lot of people saying that it was in, but it was just over and it looked, but you left it to the refs. And when you leave those decisions to the refs, you leave it to their discretion. Either it's in, either it's not. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and you went 2 for 4. Not the debut that you wanted. Stephen Hauschka is sitting there going, and y'all cut me for that? Y'all cut me for that. Y'all gave me my extension, and you cut me for a guy missing chip shots, and y'all tripping. And now let me tell you something. Even though he made two, every one of those he made veering to the right, where you're like, whoa, what is happening, man? Adjust yourself, my guy. You know what I'm saying? If there was a little bit more wind, that's going far right. That's wide right. We've heard wide right way too often. Let's get yourself down. Maybe the jitters were up. You got no fan pressure, and you missing that? Come on, fellas. We got to get it together. When a guy like Tyler Bass is missing kicks like that and we drafted him, that's not what we expected. So let's chalk it up to jitters. Let's chalk it up to he wasn't feeling good today. Let's chalk it up to nervous. But we got to clean that act up, because if we're in a game where offense is not clicking, defense is holding on by a string, and we need you to make a kick, we need you to make that kick. That's when that W is a W. But today, this was supposed to be a beat down, and it was. The score doesn't really indicate it because they came back and gave you garbage touchdowns, but we dominated all game long. Offense, defense, and special teams, except for Tyler Bass's nonsense. But overall, we did fairly well. Fairly well. Somebody said, Josh said, hold on a second. Billy Renner says, Rico, if we wanted wide right, we'd call up Scott Norwood. You're damn right. Wide right is a curse word. It is, man. It is. We don't want to hear no wide right anymore. Golly, we don't. Buffalo Defender says, first game as a rookie, I knew Mafia was going to be tough on him. Hey, man, he is a rookie. He is a rookie, so we got to give it to him. But Bass was what's the word we want to use for him? He was suspect today. He was definitely suspect, and we're going to be watching for Bass going forward, because I hope this is just the jitters. Like Josh Allen said, sometimes I need to get smacked in the mouth before I start to get my shit together. And that's exactly what happened, man. Josh Allen started 5 for 5, fumbles, and we're like, oh, what the hell happened? And then boom, next drive, marches, let's go. So maybe sometimes these need to happen, but don't let it happen when we're part of a game that we need to make a statement to the league. Although the statement was made, that was a small blemish. Now let's go to the other side. What did Sam Darnold do? The guy that everybody seems to think is the better quarterback. Y'all have heard me say many a times, I don't believe in Sam Darnold. I don't give a damn who he's got on the squad, right? I don't think he's that nice. You saw evident of what is throwing people doing this. I couldn't buy it. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this before I jump into to Sam Darnold. We're in the red zone. Let me bring y'all back. We're in the red zone. We are comfortably whooping ass. Josh Allen play fake, rolls left, has a wide open John Brown, and pulled a 2018 Madden Josh Allen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you play Madden 2017, 2018, the receiver could be wide open on a drag route. Allen will overthrow him and throw an interception. That's what it looked like today. You have a wide open. I can make that pass. John Feliciano can make that pass. Tyler Bass punk ass can make that pass. But you overthrow? Come on, man. That's a gimme. That's a gimme. You would have had 300 yards, 3 touchdown passes, a rushing. Yo, you're player of the damn week with that stat line. And you overthrow? Come on, man. You know they're going to make that into a GIF. They're going to make that into a GIF. And then that day that you have an awful game, because it's probably going to happen, you're not going to have a formidable game. You're not going to have a good game, and they're going to pull that pass up. That's what everybody's going to do, because they're lazy like that. But damn, man, you can't give them that. You can't give them that. You got to nail that, man. Just toss it in there. That beautiful ball you threw to Stephon Diggs, a beautiful floater. Boom, right on the money. On the money. Come on, man. Listen. And these are small little things that I'm talking about, because the dude went 300 yards, 71%. Like let's not act like he had a trash game, but those passes, they're gimmies, man. You got to nail that. You have to nail that. Golly, man. So let's now go to the Jets. Sam Darnold, 21 for 35, 215 yards, 6 yards of pass. He had a touchdown and an interception, and 3 for 13. Okay. 75%. I mean, average. Our defense was all over them. Trey White, did you hear anything about Trey White today? I didn't hear a damn thing. You know why? Because he locked shit down. I didn't hear Rashad Perriman's name whatsoever. 7-11? Who? You know what I'm saying? The only guy that got lucky, and I don't know how he was able to squeak through and get it to the touchdown, was Jamison Crowder. The same guy that killed us over receptions last year did it again today. How he got out of that, I don't know. But I will tell you this. Our defense came to play, right? Now, let's look at the sacks. Before I keep jumping back, and I apologize, right? I got to get my rust back in. It's week 1 for me too, right? Let's do it. 1 sack for Tyrell Dodson. They gave him that sack. I don't know what the hell Sam Darnold was thinking. Sam Darnold's running towards the sideline. Throw it away. He's holding on to it, takes a sack. So they gave Tyrell Dodson that sack. Let's move it down. Nate Hairston. Nate Harrison had a sack. Am I looking at that right? That's right. Mario Addison, excuse me. Mario Addison had a sack. I liked it. Trent Murphy had a sack today. What? So let's talk about that for a second. So 3 sacks. 3 sacks in total. I think we should have had way more. We had a whole lot of pressures today, which I'm pleased. I didn't hear much of Ed Oliver. I was really hoping that I'd hear a lot more of Ed Oliver today, but we didn't. But let's talk about these sacks. A lot of pressure coming from the defensive front. My man, although it may have not seen that he was seeing ghosts, in the first half, he definitely was seeing ghosts because he was left, right, running out of the sideline, incomplete passes. We were coming after him like crazy. The pressure was on. But I expected more sacks. I expected us to finish. I expected us to corral. Missed tackles was something that was apparent today. And we've got to really clean up. We really got to clean up. By the way, we got 432 people watching right now. Salute to each and every one of you guys watching from Facebook, from Twitter, from YouTube, Sportscaster, your mama's couch, wherever you guys are watching from. Salute to you guys. If you're new to this page, subscribe. We are at almost 13,000 subscribers. We are trying to get to 15,000 subscribers by week 6. That is the goal. Week 6 to get to 15,000 subscribers. Let's do it. So defensively, I think we did fantastic with a lot of pressure coming on there. And I think this is just the beginning. This is just the start of what is going to be a beautiful thing going forward. Now, Sam Darnold, look at my face. Sam Darnold don't do nothing. He doesn't do it for me. Here's the thing. Look at Frank Gore. I don't know how Frank Gore is doing it. Frank Gore happens to be the ageless wonder. 6 rushes for 24 yards. Like, how does he do it? And his rushes were efficient. They were efficient. Like, my goodness, man. Le'Veon Bell, 6 rushes for 14 yards. We corralled his ass. He wasn't going nowhere. We had that shit locked. Josh Adams had a garbage TD. I'm not buying it. I mean, garbage TD at the end. I'm not. It is what it is. But we kept this team down to 52 yards rushing. 52 yards rushing. This defensive front is coming. They're humming, and you can't play. You don't play with this team, man. And you go to the receiving what? Jamison Crowder. Oh, once again, 7 receptions for 115 yards, 16 average. You obviously had that 69-yard freaking reception. But other than that blemish, man, this defense is this defense. Stop playing with this defense, man. This is going to be a top 5 defense, no question. We just need to bring back Milano and Edmonds. We cannot. We will be challenged if those 2 guys are out for a long period of time. So that is something that we're going to have to monitor all year round and for the next couple weeks to see how this is going to play out. So when you look at defensively, Marcus May had a damn good game. You got to give it to him. 10 tackles, 2 sacks. Those are sacks that you got to give it to him. He came in. They called a great play. You can't do anything about it. But overall, man, listen, if you guys are pleased with how this team is looking right now and how they've looked today, smash that like, give a thumbs up. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Corey Buffalo, where was Ed Oliver today? Let me tell you something. Ed Oliver, looking at Ed Oliver's stat line. I mean, sometimes it's not just about the stat line. And I give you guys the stat line so you guys can know what's happening today. But Ed Oliver had 1 tackle and he had 1 QB hit. But sometimes when you collapse that pocket, when you get in there and you knife through, like my guy Zimmer did early, Zimmer knifed in like a hot knife through butter early in the game. Good play for him. But when you put pressure, sometimes it's not about just the sacks. You get that quarterback off his mark, you've done your job as a defensive lineman, right? No runs up in the middle. 50. What we kept the team down to 50 yards, 52 plus yards. We're good. We just didn't finish with the quarterback's ass. I mean, when you're running for your life and throwing the ball away, that happens. So he may not have shown up at the stat line the way you want him to, but Ed Oliver is still there and present. And I'll tell you, if you go back to watch the film, I'm sure it'll show. Bryce Denny says Justin Zimmer, number 61, was pretty damn good today. Like I said, Justin Zimmer had a really good play where he knifed through and he was all over Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. So I'm pleased, very pleased about that. So statistics aside, how are you guys feeling about the coaching? How did you guys feel about how now that the dust has settled, right? We see the statistics. We've broken down what went down today. How are you guys feeling about it? Are you worried? Is there something that stands out to you? They're like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. If it is, tell me your concerns. Because looking at these stat lines, and this is the most important thing to me. When I look at the time of possession, folks, let me tell you something. 41 minutes time of possession compared to 18. 3 and outs was the name of the game for the Jets, man. We held on to the ball. We had drives of 6 minutes and then 8 minutes. 41 minutes of time of possession, that tells me we dominated. We did, and we sent a message. When these guys are talking about how the Bills did, and I can't wait to hear, and it sucks because I'm not a fan of when these guys talk. The national media talks about my team because they're always sometimes misinformed, right? They say things that you're like, come on, man, that's not even true, right? You guys don't know the team. But I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say about the Bills, offensively, defensively. But we all know the name of the game is going to be how Josh Allen looked. They're going to talk about what he did in the offseason, how it helped when he brought his guys together, right? Ken Dorsey working with them. And a lot of these guys that are out there working during the summertime, it paid dividends. And you can tell with his first 300-yard game, that's what they're going to say. But I'm looking forward to how they dissect. And the haters, that's what I'm more looking for. I'm looking for the haters to be like, but this, but that, right? When you should really be saying, yo, the Bills are nothing to play with. Like we've all known from the beginning, we are nothing to play with. We are going to win game by game, one by one. We're 1-0. And we move on to the next. We just got to make sure that we handle business. But 41 minutes of possession, I'll take it. Let me tell you something. 300 over 300 yards. We have 400 yards of total offense today. 400 total yards of offense. I can't remember the last time we did that. I know we did it. I think we did it once last year. I could be wrong. We went 7 of 14, 50% for third down conversions, while the Jets went 3 of 14, 3 of 11. We 1 for 1 on fourth down. That was an easy gimme. We'll take that. 17 passing first downs, 8 rushing first downs. Listen, man, this was a solid game. This was game 1. This is what you needed. You needed something like this to now, you know what I'm saying, to get the ball rolling. Because like they say, playoff caliber. That's what coach says, right? We need to play playoff caliber football. Then let's do it. Let's play playoff caliber football. And how we do it is by taking care of business like we did today. We know the team was depleted. We know that. And we treated them like they were depleted. We could have hung 40 points easy on these guys. But you know how McDermott can sometimes be, man. Take the foot off the pedal a little bit. You know what I mean? Run this or run that. But with 41 attempts, was it 46? Excuse me, let me go back to it. With 46 attempts by Josh Allen, it shows that we were trying to establish ourselves in the air, and certainly we did. So I feel very good. If you're going to rate this game, our performance, A+ being amazing, we did excellent, we were flawless, which we know we weren't, and to an F saying we were terrible. Where do you rate the performance of the Buffalo Bills today? Give me your performances. Where do we rate them? What is their grade for today's game? I'd love to hear that. Now, while you guys are giving me your grades, I'm pleased to say that right now we are 1-0, and 27 points a game is what we're looking at, right? Patriots played the Dolphins today. Dolphins gave them a little bit of fight, and they look very different without Tom Brady. Different. I didn't say worse. I said very different. So it'll be very interesting. So next week, Miami Dolphins are up. It's the Miami Dolphins. So we have a very, very good possibility, very strong possibility of going 2-0. And that's the way we like it. So let's look at this, guys. We got Kyle Wilson says we got an A+. We got a B- by Mike Trotter. Kerry Cook says D+. I need to understand why Kerry Cook gives us a D+. I don't get that whatsoever, right? Jacob Newman gives us a B+. We got a Blizzo Bugs says he gives us a B. So a lot of these grades are in the B's. And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I think this was a solid game. I give us a B. And I think that's where we need to be. Can you do me a favor, babe? Can you turn that volume down on that TV? Just a big receiver. So that right now, I feel good about it. I really feel good about it. So, but the F, I got a D. I don't understand that where that's coming from. I have to call you out for that. So Bryce Denny, Why did AJ Epinesa not play? And I would say B. Hold on a second. Okay, so why didn't AJ Epinesa play? And I would say a B, but not amazing. I agree with you. Now, AJ Epinesa, let's keep it a buck here. If AJ Epinesa being inactive, there's good reason for it. With the amount of money that we have tied in to this defensive front, we are the highest paid defensive front in the league. We're the highest paid defensive front. You got big money into Jerry Hughes. You got big money into Mario Addison. You got big money into Trent Murphy. You know what I'm saying? So altogether, that's an expensive D-line. And let's keep it real. If AJ Epinesa, I'm not saying that he didn't play well. That's not at all what I'm saying. But if you can make him inactive so he can sit there and learn behind this defense, make him sit there and learn behind these veteran guys, why not? Experience for him in the next 2-3 years is going to be exponential. You need that. You need that from him. So him going inactive, it shouldn't be a bad thing. Now, and this is just my opinion, if he was that guy, right, a baller, he would have been able to unseat Trent Murphy. If they saw enough out of him where they can say, I trust what the abilities that I see out of AJ Epinesa, I'm going to let go of Trent Murphy. We'll go that way. But the fact that they decided to keep an $9 million man in Trent Murphy and make AJ Epinesa inactive, it's not saying that he's not ready. It's saying that we're good with what we have. And we want to get the most of the money out of the guys that we have on this team. And who knows, man? Maybe Trent Murphy becomes a star this year. Who knows? In a rotational basis. But we're going to find out. We're going to soon find out how this league goes. And we'll see how often AJ Epinesa is going to be out. Now, with these two injuries, maybe things will get shaken up. We're going to find out very, very, very shortly. Carlos Puente says, Buffalo Fanatics in Connecticut show love. What's going on? Carlos from Connecticut. I see you, Pimp. So I see that you guys have given your grades, A+, B-. Everything is solid thus far. I feel good about this. So what I want to do now is invite you guys. I need y'all to understand that we have a BF Text Club, right? Join the BF Text Club, because a lot of times you guys are viewing myself. You guys are viewing the Bills guys. You guys are viewing the overreaction. Joe. You got Joe and Spence, right? With the Humpty Hump line. Excuse me. I was going to go into the podcast. You got the Bills overdue. You got all these guys that are here vidcasting, right? And a lot of times you guys have very, very good takes, very good opinions. And sometimes it doesn't get seen in the chat. So by you joining the BF Text Club, we will now start to look into bringing you guys on for a 5-10 minute segment. If you have a hot take, you have something that you want to touch on, if you want to be part of the experience online, BF Text Club. Join the BF Text Club. We will make sure that we have an opportunity to have you guys sit in here and chat with us, right? If you want to chop it up with your boy, why not, man? We can make it a 2-man crew and we could do it. So that's the way I look at it. Bils Mafia Man 55 says passing offense A, rushing defense D, passing. I gotta understand that rushing offense D, passing defense B+, rush defense A-, special teams C, overall B+. I think I'm gonna agree with that. The rushing offense, I don't know if it was just by design, because if you're really trying to establish yourself in the run, you're gonna give your running backs way more touches than 9 in the rushing department. But we didn't. The game plan was to leave it in the air and continue to go in the air. So we're gonna go by there. I'm looking forward to seeing how balanced we were when it comes to rushing against passing. Because right now, if I'm looking at it right now, we had 46 attempts of passing. And we rushed all together. How many rushing attempts? We had 32. Excuse me. Yeah, we had 32 rush attempts. So we were ready to pass the ball today. It's evident. We were ready to pass the ball today, and we weren't going to stop. So we'll leave it at that, man. We will leave it at that. Somebody said, Cody Finney says, Rico, let's talk about Boho. When he did punt, great punt. I mean, listen, how many punts did Boho have today? 1, maybe 2. Let me check the box score. If you're looking at the punts, and I know he boomed one, a real good one. But listen, man, I'll take it. Yeah, 1 punt. 1 punt for 53 yards. I'll take it. I'll take that. And it was a good punt, man, because you saw Saran Neal was like, nah, bro, not today. We got you. We right there. So special teams wise, I'll take it. So here's the deal, folks. overall, I'm gonna give you my lasting touch. I'm gonna give you some of the things that we touched on in this game. I took some notes on this game and what that stood out to me. Zach Moss and Singletary being on the field at the same time, I like that. I feel like this is going to be something that we're going to see going forward into the year. I'm very pleased with that. That I see the big packages when we got on the goal line. I love seeing Ryan Bates on there. You know what I'm saying? I love the big meaty boys that we have on the field. I like that a lot. How about we talk about who was at right guard and who was at right tackle? Now let's talk about that for a minute, because the whole hoopla was you're not going to know who is going to be at right guard or right tackle. And when it's clear and on the field, we had right guard Mr. Cody Ford and Darrell Williams at right tackle. Now, this could be a storyline or it could be nothing, right? When it's time for Feliciano to come back, does he go back to his rightful spot? Or does Cody Ford take the reins and takes the responsibility of being that right guard and says, I'm not giving up this position. I'm playing too well at right guard. Y'all going to have to find somebody else. Then that means we got great depth with Feliciano. So now we can solidify our right tackle with Darrell Williams. So if that is the plan going forward, I'm pleased by it. Now, when it came to running the ball today, it felt like we weren't opening up big enough holes. And now this is when the game is live, so it's sometimes hard to see. I've got to rewatch this game and really focus on it. But I'm not questioning the O-line, but I'm paying attention, because with the amount of rushing yards we rushed for today, other than the 69, 60? How many rushing yards did my man have today? Josh Allen had 57 yards rushing. We had 30 yards. So we had 41 yards for two running backs together. Unacceptable. To me, that's unacceptable. Overall, okay. You know what I'm saying? Just shy of 100 yards, but still, at the end of the day, you pay these guys to run the ball. I'd like to see more out of them, but I also understand the game plan. The game plan clearly wasn't to stuff the ball and run it down their throats. It was to air it out, and air it out we did. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how we go going forward on attacking a very good defensive team in the Miami Dolphins, right? So, and a very well-coached team with Flores with the Miami Dolphins. So it'll be good to go. But we're going to go see Fitzy again. Fitzpatrick's going to be in the building. So we get to see his face all over again. And we know how he does against the Bills. Show some flashes, some good stuff. But ultimately, we'll take the L. We will give him the L. And that's the Dolphins. And hopefully, I can get my guy, Kevin Papa Peck, in the building so we can talk about these damn Dolphins. So, folks, I'm going to leave the lines open and take your questions. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, things that I may have missed on, and that you feel like, man, Rico, you didn't touch on this, I will take them all. Lone Wolf says, question the O-line didn't do squat in the run blocking game. Here's the thing. The thing is, it was tough because you've got a very good rush defense. I mean, don't forget, folks, the Jets were a number 2 running rush defense last year in the league, number 2. So they are stout, and it was very clear, man. They clogged the lanes. When you have a former first-round pick in Quentin Williams leading the way, you can't go wrong with that, man. So you've got to give them some props. One thing that I was surprised to see was Pierre. I mean, I'm not surprised because of who he was covering, but Pierre Desir got benched. When you get benched, that means your boy was getting his ass beat. Left, right, center, he was getting his ass beat. Too much, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was too much for Pierre Desir. And it pains me to say this because I'm a fan of Desir. But when you're going up against an elite receiver in Stephon Diggs, you better bring everything you got, because if you are lacking, you caught sleeping, it's over with. It's over with, man. So good play calls for my guy Diggs to kind of really showcase. But I'm still questionable on the O-line just a tad a little bit. So, but it is the first game. There's some things that we can adjust. There's some things that we can work on. And the good thing about it is we all left this game on the offensive side of the ball healthy. CR says Diggs was trash talking the Jets D. Well, listen, man, when you win and they ain't doing shit, you can talk a little shit. You can talk a little, you can be the dog. He's the dog, man. He could do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he backed it up too. You know what I'm saying? 80, almost just shy of 100 yards. And he was just getting warmed up. Wait till he starts to click it much better with Josh Allen, man. It's over with, man. It is going to be it's going to be hard for guys to deal with John Brown and Diggs and a tight end in Dawson Knox. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what it is, man. Leron Hall said it was the formation, man. I keep saying it. They should have run the ball in the I formation. Maybe they're holding that for next game. Maybe they are, because they wanted to spread out the love. You see how they did it. A lot of 3 receiver sets, a lot of 4 receiver sets. So don't be discouraged, right? This is just the first game. Every game is a matchup, man. It's about matchups. Get the right matchups and you'll be good to go. Todd Barker. Rico, how do you feel about Teron Johnson's play today? I liked his gameplay. I always like Teron Johnson's play. Teron Johnson plays hard. He plays very well. He plays like he's freaking 240 pounds, man. He plays like a big boy. And the good thing about this whole situation is he stayed healthy this game. I will take that every day. If he stays healthy, man, I am pleased. I'll take that every day. Let me see what we got here. I got John Kudizik says the thing I did not see was the draws from the shotgun from the Bills. That was Singletary's play last year. Maybe they're holding on to that, man, because a lot of what you saw today were a lot of read runs, right? Run options, read options. So you got to take what the defense gives you. If they're crashing in heavy, you can't give it to him. And there was one play that they actually did give it to Singletary, and he got buried in the backfield. So Josh Allen had no choice. These are the read options. He's got the choice to give it up or keep it. And whatever the defense gave him, he took. And you got to give props to your quarterback for making the right reads. You can't just keep giving it to the running back. Sometimes you're gonna have to take that. That's the nature of the business, man. Take it and go. Just cover up and protect that damn football. And that's how it's supposed to really be. Eric Kinsey says, how do you like Gabe Davis playing like a tight end? Gabe Davis playing like a tight end. I wouldn't say he was playing like a tight end. He was on the field a lot. I like that. He was playing inside. He was playing outside. That's the thing, man. When you're in an offense with Brian Daboll, you better know inside and outside, because at any point somebody goes down or they need to change the formation up, you should be able to know from left side of the field to the right and to the slot. And I'm pleased by the playing time that Gabe Davis got. It would have been nice to see Duke Williams on the field, but it is what it is, man. I'm actually very pleased with what we saw on the field today. The ball was spread out very evenly and everybody got their touches. It's just a matter of how you take care of your touches. And there were some big hits today, but we came out pretty good, man. I'm more worried on the injury side of the ball, Milano and Edmonds. That would be a big blow. We lost both those boys in the same game. So that would be a big blow if those two guys are out for a long period of time. We're going to have to make some major adjustments. I was even scared when Micah Hyde pulled up, right? No contact. It was just him trying to twist and turn, and I guess he twists his ankle a little bit, but he's going to be a little tender. So we're going to find out, man. We're going to see how everything plays out. First game is in the books. We're 1-0. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. That's what matters at the end of the day, and we move on for the next. So each and every time that we are going out to play, and each and every time that we are taking the field, we have to have the mentality that we're going to whoop ass. I'm telling you, man, we have to, because that's the mentality that coach has been preaching, right? Playoff caliber football. Stay humble, stay hungry. All those things play into effect on what went on the field today. I would have loved to put 30 points on these damn Jets. I really would have. But you know what? It is what it is. We are where we are. I'm pleased by it. And listen, man, we live to play another game. We live to play another game. Young King, Gabe Davis not scared of the moment. Allen may have number one in Davis for years and years. And after Kurt number one, it moves on to retire. Hey, I just know that I'm very pleased and I'm very happy with our front office. Our front office has brought the pieces to make our team successful. They're giving our offensive coordinator the groceries, and Daboll cooked a nice little meal today. He cooked a nice little meal. So, and the fact that you're giving your quarterback his receivers, you're giving your quarterback a decent O-line, although some moments today in the run game specifically, it didn't look so, but Allen in the pass game had time. He had time. There's only times where he held onto the ball way too long. He got sacked 3 times, that is. But at the end of the day, that O-line gave Allen time. That's why he was able to hit 33 receivers, right? 33 completions. I think he hit 8 different receivers today, man. Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers today. Yo, this was a good game for us, man. Offensively, in the past game, this was good. Don't forget, we have been historically bad in the pass game for a very long time. Last year, we ranked what, 26th, 27th in passing? Not good enough. Not good enough. So we have to improve that part of the game. We must. Shout out to my guy Channing Hill. Solid B grade for the Bills. The kick game and Josh Allen putting the ball on the carpet and injuries are my concerns. I agree with you. The O-line was solid against Greg Williams defense. I will say yes in terms of the pass protection, 1,000%. And 1-0 is a good thing for the Mafia. Listen, man. Everything that my guy Channing Hill just said was facts. We saw some ugly things happen today, but overall, I give it a good B. I think it's a good B. There's room for improvement, and there's some things for us to clean up. But overall, I think we did a fair job, a very good job. Thomas Falzone, my guy Thomas Falzone with the donation here. He goes, liked that we were aggressive on the fourth downs. Absolutely. Jets D played injured. Homie doesn't fumble. We are up another 2 TDs onto the next week. Listen, we know as fans that this was a blowout. We do. We don't turn those balls over. We're putting points on the board, man. I mean, Tyler Bass, it's not normal for him to do that. He didn't miss many kicks in college, from to what I understand. So, like, a lot of things that happened today doesn't typically happen, right? 2 fumbles, we give that away. Come on, man. And we're in the red zone, dude. We're better than that. We are definitely better than that, and we'll get better with the kicking and special teams. That's a fact. So I'm content with what I saw on the field and what we're gonna bring to next week. Rico, where are all the Jets fans that were talking shit all the week? Awful quiet now. I don't know. Can you find them? Where they at? Where y'all at? Anybody in the back? No? Jets fans. Where nobody's around, man. Where y'all at? Y'all were talking a whole bunch of grease. Man, you ain't shit. Josh Allen ain't anything. And they're just lip service, man. Just talking because it's just what they do. It's cool. We are the dominant team. We were the dominant team. They're not going to be able to compete this year. We know that. It was very evident today. I don't give a damn if it's week 1 or not. The point of today's game was to show that we can be contenders, was to show that we deserve to be amongst the conversations of the Chiefs, of the Baltimore Ravens, of the Saints, you know what I'm saying, of the Patriots, because the Patriots are still, I mean, let's keep it a buck. They're still a contender. They still got Bill Belichick over there. You know what I'm saying? We want to compete. We're still going to be able to show that we belong. You know what I mean? You want to stay in chatter with the Baltimore Ravens. You want to be in the same conversation, right? The AFC East, although up for grabs, we have a very good chance to take it. And how to do it is to win divisional games. You win divisional games, you're good to go, right? We just got to go 6-0. And the rest, we go 6-0 and we take care of business on the road, right? On the road, we good, man. We are chilling. So that's the way I look at it. Now, secondly, I got to touch on this. How did y'all do in fantasy? Did y'all, if y'all pick Josh Allen as your quarterback in fantasy, smash that like real good. Smash it good, because Josh Allen gave us 300 yards passing. He gives 57 yards rushing, 1 touchdown on the ground, and he gave us two touchdowns in the air. Those 2 fumbles are killer, right? I lost 4 points with that. But nonetheless, I started Josh Allen. And it pains me because I started Singletary, and Singletary didn't really give me anything, but I get it. That's the nature of the game. And we're good. So Westlake says he gave him 28 points. Oh, your fantasy's trash. My bad. Hate to hear that. 28 points from me. Okay. So the way our league is, we have I scored it differently. I'm with the Sleeper app, and that's a damn good app. Whoever recommended that Sleeper app to me, primo. And Josh Allen was due to give me 41 points. I think he gave me like 46. I'll take it. I'll take that. Channing Hill, what does a flawless game look like for us? Flawless game? Is it really a flawless game? I mean, a flawless game is just a dream game, right? 2 running backs go over 100 yards. 3 receivers go over 100 yards that game. We put up 50 points. Defense shuts them out. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Bass hits 6 field goals. I mean, shit. 17 sacks. I mean, like, a flawless game is everything hits. Nothing misses, right? It's like basketball. When the hoop is like this big, you can't miss. Flawless, man. Going 6 for 6 from 3. You know what I'm saying? Field goals galore. You stealing, you doing, you dunking, you do all that stuff. A flawless game for us is everything going right. Everything going right. Running backs are getting touches. We just killing the game, right? But we know that we don't. This ain't an NFL that you can have a flawless game all the time. This is the best of the best of the best, and that's what it is, man. Cody Finney says Ryan Fitzmagic threw 3 picks today, 0 TDs. Cam Newton went 15 for 19, 155. Damn, okay. So that was a sloppy game. That's a sloppy game, and guess what? We embrace that. Bring that shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Fitzmagic wants to bring those 3 interceptions against our defense, against our secondary. Bring it. Bring that shit. You know what I'm saying? Josh Howard is going to run all over us. No, thank you. Matt Breida is going to run over us. No, not happening. Right? Preston Williams and Devontae Parker, good receivers. Gesicki, good tight end, athletic tight end. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to have to deal with that defense rushing and coming after them. I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. But 3 interceptions, we are going to make and force you to do that shit. Get into the film room and go from there. This is what Fitzpatrick's going to give you. He's going to give you those type of games. He gives you volume where he goes for 4 touchdown passes and he's on the money. Or he's throwing interceptions left, right, center. Now, knowing our luck, they bench him for next game and put Tua in. I'm not saying Tua is going to be lights out, but that's usually what plays out for us. It's usually that way, where we think we're going to face one guy and then boom, you're facing Tua. And a lot of people love Tua. He's a good little quarterback. Left-handy. He's a lefty. So, I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to see how it goes down. But for now, I'm pleased with what we put on the field today. A few blunders. That pass is really killing me because he could have had that 3rd touchdown, man. He could have had that 3rd touchdown. It was going to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But he let the ball drop. He let the ball drop. Thomas Falzone, how did you like our D line today? Pretty stout. Our D line was solid, man. Great rotation. I mean, we stopped the run. 50 yards rushing. Can't go wrong with that. 3 sacks. I would have loved to have more sacks, but we are where we are. And I would have loved to stop that run, that touchdown from Jacobs or whoever the damn Josh Adams. I didn't like that. If we could have stopped that and we could have kept them at 10, damn, I'm good. I'm fantastic. Young King says we may have one or few flawless games in the near future. I would hope. I mean, shoot, if you can give me 2 flawless games in this year against the games that really matter, cool, man. Because we're gonna be going up against some firepower, man. We still got to face the Chiefs, right? That's gonna be a challenge in itself. We got to face. We're failing what day? We got to face the Rams. So we're gonna have some teams that we're gonna have to go against, man. We got some good offensive coordinators on some of these other teams. We're gonna have a tough time. We still got to go against the Cardinals. Let's see what the Cardinals look like. I think they're playing right now. I don't know what the score is, but yeah, man, this schedule is not like it was last year. Last year we had a favorable schedule. We're going up against the Broncos, the Steelers. Like those are gonna be tough matchups, man. Ben Roethlisberger's back, right? So we have our hands full this year. It's gonna be tough. A lot of people think that we're only going to win 9 games. But a lot of people think we're only going to win 9 games. 10 games to the minimum is what we need. We know that. 10 games minimum. We need that. There's no question. So we'll find out. We will find out. So, folks, I'm going to take several more questions from you guys coming from the chat. If you guys want to get your chat read and for everybody to hear it, y'all know what to do. Super chat if you want me to get your attention, because I'm trying to read as many good questions as possible. If you like the platform, you support the platform, we always appreciate new members to the Bing Squad. So join the Bing Squad. We'd appreciate it. It'd be dope. Join the fam. If you guys were on Flick Chat today, it was lit today. I was on Flick Chat chopping it up with the fellas. We had quite a bit of people chatting it up with us in there, so that was dope today. Twitter was bumping as always. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this game is in the books, man. 27-17. 27-17, man. And that's a good game. And my prediction today was 27-13. I thought we were going to win 27-13. I got the points down. It's just those little bastards, they scored 17 points. 17 points, and they didn't even deserve it. That's the crazy part. They did not deserve to even get on the board. Maybe a field goal or 2, and maybe a garbage touchdown. It should have just been that 10 points. But Crowder getting that touchdown, man. So all links are in the description, folks. Just remember, all links are in the description. I want y'all to join us. Don't forget, we got the BF Text Club. Join us right now. And if you want to be part of this avenue, if it's not myself, you want to be on the Bils guys, you want to be on the Hump Day Hotline, you want to be on the Hoof live with my guys Sturls for the girls and Eric and Anthony. Yo, jump on there, man. Join that club, the BF Text Club. That's where it's at right now. Todd Barker says, Rico, you were disappointed. Were you disappointed in the deep ball, both effectiveness and accuracy? Nah, man. I didn't anticipate a deep ball to happen today. I really didn't, because it was too predictable. I thought, and I mean, I did a show a couple days ago where I'm like, a deep ball would be nice just to kind of get that out of the way. But like, I felt like it wasn't going to happen today. It's going to happen organically, right? You saw when Josh Allen tried to force something, he almost got it intercepted. Today, I don't think anything was forced. He just took what the defense gave him, and he was making his reads. He was going through his first read, second read, and got to his third, sometimes even going back to his first read. So that was nice to see from our quarterback, our franchise quarterback, and my guy Josh Allen, man. Tebow1997 says, Rico didn't watch the game. How did Harry P play? The defensive line played great all game long. Specifically on Harry, I got to go back to it and see how the D-line played, man. The game was going quick. And I will say this, I'm not very prone to like watching these games and like specifically I'm looking everywhere on the field, right? So I got to go back and now specifically watch and see how these guys played. Tom Brady, 7 for 70 yards. Okay. Oh, he's seven what? Seven completion, 70 yards? That's Tom Brady for you, man. We're going to see how he plays out. We're going to see how it goes. So right now, score around the league. The Chargers and the Cincinnati game is 7-6 for the Cincinnati Bengals at halftime. There you go. There goes you know who being you know who, right? The Chargers, I'm not saying they have a potent offense, but look at Tyrod Taylor. 10 for 20, 158 yards, throwing 8 yards per. He took a sack, no touchdowns, no interceptions, right? He ain't going to turn the ball over, but he ain't going to throw any TD passes either, right? And he's got 157 yards. So, I mean, come on, man. That's what we know about Tyrod. Tyrod will be Tyrod, right? Joe Burrow, 51 yards, 9 for 14. Rookie, expected, right? Let's go to Arizona. What's Arizona saying? Arizona right now, score is 13-7 for San Francisco. And Jimmy Garoppolo is 11 for 16, 170 yards. And you got Kyler Murray, 14 for 22, 113. So, I mean, even play, 72 yards, 72 QB rating. And Garoppolo is at 124 QB rating. So 13-7, low scoring defensive game. I'm surprised that San Francisco's not putting up more on Cardinals. Cardinals are not known for defense, but they revamped it. Maybe Jordan Phillips is doing something. Let me see what Jordan Phillips is doing. Jordan Phillips, is he on the stat sheet? Is he on the stat sheet? Nah, I don't see Jordan Phillips. Do I see Jordan Phillips? Let me see. Nah, man, he ain't on the stat sheet. He ain't on the stat line. So it's cool. It's cool. That's the way things go. If you go to the Tampa game, and I knew this was going to happen, New Orleans is putting the whoop ass on the damn Buccaneers. You hate to see it. You hate to hear it when you see Tom Brady he's taking an L right now. It's 17-7, and he might take his first loss on home opening day in a long time, right? Or it has been a while since he's lost on that. So right now he's 8 for 12, 76 yards, and an interception. Woo! You hate to see it, eh, Mr. Brady? You hate to see it. Bye-bye from the AFC East. You're going to go get some competition right now. So I enjoy to see that. Dallas Cowboys are a little later. So yeah, man. So folks, that is my time. That is my time. Brady, yo, is he really? Somebody said Brady's getting mad and yelling at people. That's the Brady I love to see. Yelling at people, saying, get in your place, do this, do that. You don't got Coach Belichick, you know what I'm saying, to rile these guys up and put some fear into them. Bruce Arians, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But folks, Caitlin Blount, I see Caitlin Blount in the building. How you doing, Caitlin? Brady not on that Kraft Goodell payroll anymore. Yeah, man. And the refs, maybe the refs play a little different game when it comes to the NFC. They don't protect you. They don't protect you in the NFC. In the AFC East specifically, they do. But over here, they don't. Welcome to the NFC, boy. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. For the first show, we're just getting rolling. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been great. We were able to kind of break down what we did on the field, things that we liked, things that we didn't like. We graded our team. If you guys appreciate this show and you guys look forward to it every week, show your boy some love. Give me a thumbs up. Show something. It's always nice to be encouraged to keep going, to give you these platforms. If you guys tuned in earlier today, pregame, my guys Steve and Dave and the whole crew, Nap Knows Bils, Casey Reed was in the building. We had the Hoof Live guys. We did our thing this morning. We gave you the pregame. We talked about the Jets preview, and the game came. So tomorrow is a new day. You're gonna have the Overreaction podcast with my guy Joe. He's gonna be talking about the game as well. You're gonna have the Bills guys tomorrow with Dave and Steve. Mr. Money and Mr. Snarky are gonna be hitting you guys over the head with after the game reactions. So keep tuning in. We keep saying this to y'all, man. The Buffalo Fanatics are here to stay. We ain't moving. We got a good operations going. So keep it up. And until next time. Oh, you want to come in? Say, when I say it's your boy, you know what to say, right? It's your boy. What do we say? And I'm what? You don't want to say it? And I'm gone. So, folks, have yourself a great Sunday afternoon. Bills win 27-17. We in the house, and we are going to sign off. It's your boy, Rico. This is the Rico Report post-game press, and we'll see y'all Friday for the preview to the Dolphins game. And I'm